What's up, everybody? Hey, I got this one from Dwayne St. John, who wanted me to put Overkill, Year Decay, my favorite Overkill album, versus Slayer's South of Heaven. I love this album too, but believe it or not, I'm more of a Slayer fan than an Overkill fan, but when it comes to these two albums, Overkill. This is the better album of the two. That's how I feel, and I love this album. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Let's cut the deck. Everything up to Seasons I love. After that, it's spotty. Maybe one day I'll do a ranking of Slayer albums. Maybe. I'm not going to promise that. Well, I am going to do it eventually. You know. Anyway, this album owns. I gotta tell you, man, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Overkill was so badass with Bobby Gustafson that when Bobby left the band, they had to replace him with 2 guitar players. That's how badass he is, and I'm sorry. I don't think anything they've done after Year of Decay is as good as Year of Decay. No. Maybe one day I'll rank Overkill. I do not have them all because the last 2, I bought White Devil Armory, but the 2 after that, Grinding Wheel, and the last one, Scorch, no thank you. I'm sorry. To me, it's a little too samey. Nothing really, you know. And there's few albums, White Devil Armory has its moments, but there's a few albums here and there. I like the Ironbound. But none as good as the Overkill with Bobby Gustafson, in my opinion. First 4 albums. Alright, so here we go. We start with South of Heaven versus Time to Kill. Love them both, but Time to Kill. I hate the intro. I hate any song that starts with a build-up thing. But once it kicks in, I like it more than South of Heaven, and I got no problem with South of Heaven. I will say this, though. When I first heard South of Heaven, I was like, what the hell? When I bought South of Heaven. I mean, I'm a big Slayer fan at this time. I'm fanatical with Rain and Blood, and my favorite, the Metal Blade year. So, South of Heaven comes out, and I'm all excited to hear it, you know? And I bought it. I bought it on CD, that copy right there. I put it in the CD player and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, I was waiting for it to speed up and it doesn't, you know? But now I love it, you know, but still, you know, I was kind of like, eh. Alright, the next song is Silent Scream versus Elimination. I'm going with Overkill on that, but I gotta say, man, Silent Scream, one of the most underrated Slayer songs ever. What a song. And that, you know, when the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, there's Slayer. You know? Second song came out. Speed metal greatness. But I'm going with Elimination. That song is just too good. Elimination. Bobby's ripping on that song. So is Sid and Blitz. Yeah, I'm giving that to Elimination. All right, next. Live Undead versus I Hate. Definitely, without a doubt, Live Undead. Another one I would say, I think that is the most dark horse song on this album. Not very talked about much. Live Undead's fucking amazing. Up there, one of my favorite songs off the album. I put it above I Hate. Alright, next. Behind the Crooked Cross versus Nothing to Die For. Both awesome, but I'm going with Behind the Crooked Cross, which, you know, is kind of straight up metal in a way, you know? Kind of crunchy too, but, you know. Yeah, I'm giving it to Behind the Crooked Cross. Alright, next. Mandatory Suicide versus Playing with Spiders, Skull Crusher. Man. You know, Mandatory Suicide is one of the most popular Slayer songs. And I think it's kind of a ripoff of For Whom the Bell Tolls a little bit. The way it starts and builds up. And it doesn't sound like For Whom the Bell Tolls, but it has the same kind of structure. I feel. I love it though. Playing with Spiders and Skull Crusher wins. I'm giving that to Overkill. Man, probably my favorite song. Let me see this. It is. It is my favorite song off the album. Skull Crusher. And for those that don't know, Bobby Gustin has a band called Satan's Taint. Their second album has a song called Skull Crusher Part 2. Check it out, it's badass. Alright, next. I'm giving that to Overkill. Next, Ghost of War versus Birth of Tension. Man, Birth of Tension is so relentless. I saw the Year of Decay tour and they played it. They played that song, which I was like, yes. Dark Horse on this album. Ghost of War wins though, man. Yeah, that's probably my favorite off the album, Ghost of War. Yeah, I would say it's my favorite off South Heaven. What a song, man. Rise, Ghost of War. Badass. Alright, next. Read Between the Lies versus Who Tends the Fire. Definitely, without a doubt, Who Tends the Fire. Read Between the Lines is kind of like, eh. Who Tends the Fire totally wins. I love that song, that mid-tempo heaviness. And it was played live too. As I recall, I'm pretty sure. Pretty good at remembering concerts. Back when I used to drink Jack Daniels at every show. I'm pretty sure they played that one too. Yeah, Who Tends the Fire wins. Next, Cleanse the Soul versus The Year of Decay. I'm not a fan of either. The Year of Decay to me is my least favorite off this album. And I don't really like Cleanse the Soul that much, but I'm giving it to Slayer. Cleanse the Soul. Alright, Dwayne asked me to drop Descendant Aggressor, their Priest cover, which I know a lot of people like. I don't like it. It probably, yeah, it would have lost. But no, he wants me to put Evil Never Dies against the last song, Spill the Blood. I love Spill the Blood. Who spilled the blood? Fucking awesome tune. Evil Never Dies though wins. It wins. E-N-D. It means the end of the Overkill songs. You know, Overkill 1, 2, 3, and this one is 4, but they announced it as Evil Never Dies. One of the best Overkill songs ever. Would I put it as the best song on this album? I'd put it right there tied with Skull Crusher. But anyway, Dwayne, this here's the final score. There you go, buddy. Years of Decay, 1 by 1. I think it's a better album, man. What do you all think? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you so much, Dwayne, so much. I hope you enjoyed this track-by-track album battle that you donated for. And everybody out there, if you want to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And everybody out there, please subscribe to my channel and ring that little notification bell. I totally would appreciate that. And like the video, it's good for the YouTube algorithm. So stay frosty, listen to thrash metal, and smack 'em on God.